This tea is so hot, and I hope you're ready to sip it. Kevin Durant allegedly had a secret meeting with the Knicks back in January, proving that the team is willing to risk a lot, including a $500,000 fine if the league investigates this, to get KD on their team. Steph Curry proved that the Warriors don't need the all-star forward on their team. He led them to victory, which ended the Rockets' 9-game winning streak. I'm breaking down these latest updates right now. Stick around. What's up, Fumble fans? I'm your host, Devin Howard. If you haven't subscribed to the Fumble yet, make sure you do it now and also tap the bell to be notified whenever we post a new video about your favorite teams and athletes. KD's impending free agency has been the talk of the town, especially when it comes to the Knicks. Just about everyone who is connected to the player and the team knows that the Knicks were the front runner to land the star player this coming summer. The New York team let go of Kristaps Porzingis to make sure they had enough space for 2 max slots this summer, one for Durant and one for Kyrie Irving, presumably. The Knicks are truly willing to risk it all to get KD on their team, including breaking league rules by meeting with the all-star forward in secret. A source close to the player said that the Knicks arranged to meet with KD in private. The source told Brandon Robinson that, quote, "The Knicks were straight up communicating with KD earlier this season, as in meeting up with KD. It could have been when the Warriors were on an East Coast trip, or maybe when the Knicks visited the Bay Area." This is major news. If the Knicks really were meeting with KD to discuss his trade, they could be slapped with a $500,000 fine or more. Remember when the Lakers were caught tampering with Paul George? They were charged $500,000 for that. The Knicks were actually meeting with the player, much worse than what the Lakers did, so they could be hit with an even heavier penalty. This news hasn't been corroborated by anyone else yet, but is it really that hard to believe? These KD Knicks rumors have been going on forever. KD and Kyrie were overheard talking about it in the hallway recently, so there's clearly something going on here. It's not that far-fetched to believe that they might have met up in person. They're probably just hoping the league doesn't investigate this further so they can avoid suffering any repercussions. Meanwhile, the Warriors seem to be a-okay without KD on the court with them. He's out for a sprained ankle, but let's just say his 10-time NBA All-Star skills weren't missed. Steph, DeMarcus Cousins, and Klay Thompson really stepped up their game in KD's absence, helping lead the Warriors to a 106-104 win over the Rockets. Steph was impressed with how his teammates banded together to cover their bases and ultimately take the team to success. He said that he, Klay, and DeMarcus were being aggressive when they had the ball in their hands. The player continued on saying, "Make or miss, we just tried to put pressure on them. Defensively was going to be the way we won this game. We weren't going to outscore them. We had to buckle down and get stops and just try to control the tempo of the game as much as we could." Their defensive play ended up working, and they ended the Rockets' 9-game winning streak. The Warriors really solidified their status as tough competition. They've been to 4 straight NBA finals, and even without a home court advantage and one of their top scorers, still managed to walk away victorious. It's crunch time in the NBA, and the way Steph, DeMarcus, and Klay banded together shows that they're capable of winning whenever and wherever. The true standout here, though, was DeMarcus. He's still working up his strength after that significant Achilles heel injury. Admittedly, he hasn't always been a remarkable player on the team. Sure, he was a number 2 option on the Pelicans, but now that he's on the Warriors, he's surrounded by much stronger talent. In last night's game, the team made a point of running its offense through him for extended stretches, and he responded by facilitating from the high post, battling for rebounds, and demonstrating a soft touch around the rim while shooting 11 of 16 from the field. The team knows how valuable he is as a player, especially as they're approaching the playoffs, and feeding him the ball in the game seemed like their acknowledgement of that. Well, it looks as though he's been quietly grooming himself to be a force to be reckoned with, one that people weren't necessarily anticipating. So if KD does decide to go to the Knicks, which, let's be honest, will almost certainly happen, the Warriors will still be just fine, especially with this lineup of solid players. What are your thoughts on KD secretly meeting with the Knicks? Do you believe it? Also, are you impressed by DeMarcus? Let me know in the comments, and before you go, click subscribe.